So we just got back from a wonderful cruise aboard the MSC Seascape. And we were in the yacht club, but we did decide to give the Butcher's Cut Steakhouse a try, one of 4 private restaurants available. And it did not disappoint. It was a perfect date night restaurant. The atmosphere, the decor, the furnishings, plush, elegant, masculine, what you would expect from a classic steakhouse in Dallas, Texas, or Chicago. Always been a huge fan of the open kitchen. Takes me back to my days as a waiter on Madison Avenue, where I had the opportunity to work with the likes of James Chu of Quilted Draft fame and Jahangir Mehta, who was up and coming at the time. He went on to do Iron Chef and opened a number of his own restaurants. He's since become an author, and he was our dessert chef at the time, and I always loved eating his mistakes, quote-unquote mistakes. Delicious mistakes they were. But one of the things I love about that is it just brings that fiery energy of the kitchen out into the dining room, and it brings the social buzz of the dining room into the kitchen, and those two energies sort of flow together and make for some great dinner theater. So this was really a sprawling restaurant running all along much of the portside promenade. The service was really impeccable. The waitstaff was very knowledgeable, made some great recommendations, very helpful in explaining the very large menu. The Butcher's Cut dining experience is a lot of food, and with that you're going to get your choice of a soup or a salad, an entree, of course, a main dish, 2 sides, as well as dessert. They also have some wonderful cocktails, craft cocktails, as well as some really interesting non-alcoholic choices, which I'm always happy to see. Not just sickly sweet concoction of juices and sodas from the gun. It's a wonderful date night venue and a great opportunity to play dress up and bring some fun costumes along. The breads were really interesting, and I have to say all of the baked goods on MSC really outstanding. The pastries, the bread, the rolls, thank you very much. Good stuff. They had some really interesting choices.
I think I'm gonna go for this lavender lemonade. Fresh lemon juice, lavender simple syrup, coconut water, butterfly pea flower extract. What in the world can that be?
What size do you want to get?
I don't know. Good question. I'm gonna get the classic I'm gonna get the crab cakes, the jumbo lump crab cakes with Cajun remoulade, apple slaw, and baby greens. And then I'm gonna get the classic Caesar. I'm gonna go for that surf and turf.
Should I get the king crab?
I think one of us should.
I don't think I want a steak. Then I don't have lobster.
Well, you can have my lobster.
And I can have some of my crab?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a deal.
That's good.
Shall we shake on it?
I'll start with the shrimp cocktail. And then I'll take the king crab. I'll do the surf and turf. The lobster king crab, which is going to be so seafood. I love it. Medium rare.
A lot of food coming at us.
So I guess it's a king crab is just an appetizer.
How are you doing this evening, my little Thursday Adams?
Bacon bread.
Bacon bread? Oh my gosh. That's extra.
This looks like my big pig.
Chipotle butter was really interesting, a little spicy kick on the end.
And a lot of food coming. And a lot of seafood.
Yeah, very cute.
One of the great things about this restaurant, especially if you're sitting along the window as we were at sunset, which is probably the best time to go, it's great people watching, and it was fun to see people strolling along the promenade, taking selfies on their way to dinner, cocktails, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a big part of the romance of dinner at sea. And apparently they do have seating outside on the promenade as well. Nobody was sitting out there the evening that we dined, but Might be an interesting way to do it. I imagine it would be a bit windy out there. I've never been a huge fan of al fresco dining. Just the food never seems to stay hot for very long. One of my favorites was the bacon rolls, which were just savory and fragrant. And full disclosure, I almost never eat bacon, and I was tempted to try it. I absolutely had to try it, and I'm glad that I did.
That's my Red House.
What is it? What'd you order?
Vodka and bitters. Thank you.
What's the name of it?
The Red House.
The Red House. It's a super weird name for a drink. There's a Red House over yonder. It's where my baby stays. Wow. Something is coming. Something wicked this way comes. Oh, crab cake. Wow. Delicious. Thank you.
Thank you.
Grazie.
The shrimp cocktail was very impressive. The shrimp were nice and big, and the presentation, the crab cake was really eye-catching. Flavor on the crab cake was nice and subtle, which I always appreciate. It's just my style of crab cake. The slaw was pretty good. Had a nice crispy sear on it, but it was a little bit oily for my taste. I went for the lavender lemonade cocktail. Didn't so much get any lavender, but it was a really interesting choice, and lots of depth in the flavor. The kind of drink that you keep sipping again and again. And much needed acid to break up some of the richness of the meal.
A little bit effervescent. It has a little carbonation in it. Not really getting so much lavender, but
How does it go with the bacon bread?
it actually goes quite well with the bacon bread.
Now, if I'm having dinner in a steakhouse, I always have to order the Caesar salad. Don't know what it is, but I never feel like I've really been to a steakhouse unless I've ordered a Caesar salad. And this Caesar salad was really good.
Clearly, I freaking hated it. Pretty close to a perfect salad. That was really good.
I highly recommend the salads
Really good.
wherever
You know,
you're
it's like
eating.
classic steakhouse. Caesar. Like, that's what you want. Textbook. So, we've completed the cocktail course. And now we're on to the wine course.
They had a very decent wine selection. Some really interesting bottles on display. So if wines are your thing, don't think you're going to be disappointed in this department. Stacia ordered a really nice white blend with a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc in there, which I always appreciate, one of my personal favorites.
Sauvignon Blanc on the nose.
It was interesting to sit and kind of read about the different varietals and the different flavor profiles.
Refreshing, light, and versatile with aromas of apricot, pear, and honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
Flavors of peach, apple, and citrus.
Interesting. Yeah. That
For much of the 30 some odd years we've been cruising, beef is generally something I have stayed away from on cruise ships. Historically, it has tended to be not so good. Some of the worst beef I've ever had has been at sea. Having said that, in recent years, I think cruise lines have really started to up their game, and things have definitely gotten a lot better. That said, the steak for me didn't blow me away. It was good. Was it great? Not so much. Now, the steak on MSC is said to be naturally raised. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's not grass-fed, which I would prefer. 100% certified Angus beef. They do offer some of their cuts dry aged for up to 28 days. They also offer bison and lamb chops as well. If you're looking for an out-of-this-world steak experience, I don't think you're going to find it here. That said, the steak is pretty good. The meal itself definitely did not disappoint. We ordered the king crab legs. I often avoid these on a menu because 9 times out of 10 they're just very salty and briny, and it's difficult to appreciate that delicate crab flavor. In this case, these were spot on. We both went for the surf and turf. Stacia loves her lobster. I'm not such a lobster guy. This is Caribbean lobster, so not quite the same as that nice cold water lobster, but definitely quality lobster. Now, the meal itself was elegant, it was decadent, it was lavish. I mean, guys, we're eating king crab, we're eating lobster, we're eating steak, we're eating crab cakes. My goodness. It was a perfect date night meal. Very decadent, very lavish, very elegant. We really enjoyed it.
Goodness. Oh, wow.
The dessert course was pretty good. Nothing really out of this world. I will say I didn't really care for the pistachio brulee. Not even really sure it's fair to call it a brulee. If you're going to call it a brulee, you're going to want that nice caramelized sugary crust on the top to crack open with your spoon, and that was completely absent here in this dish. The lava cake, pretty basic, standard, you know, chocolate. What's not to like? Throughout the week, I had so many really good chocolate desserts that, you know, only a couple of them, in fairness, really stood out as amazing. We also ordered some coffees, and I was a little disappointed to see these served in plastic tumblers.
Wow.
All in all, it was a perfect date night, and we felt like royalty. Really is a pretty big menu with a lot of choices, but we feel like we really zeroed in on the superstars. We really enjoyed ourselves. We really enjoyed this venue. It's a perfect date night restaurant. We highly recommend it. Go at sunset when you're going to have some of the best views. Of the 4 restaurants, we feel like this was a pretty solid choice. Definitely would be interested in the teppanyaki restaurant next time we go. We're going to be taking another MSC cruise coming up here in a couple of months, so we'll probably give that one a try. But let us know in the comments if you have any other suggestions, if you'd rather have us try Ocean K or the sushi place. Yeah, and you can check out our MSC Seascape playlist as well. We have the Butcher's Cut Steakhouse video in there. It's literally the entire meal if you feel like pulling up a chair. Thinking about some of the other cruise lines we've tried and some other steakhouses we've dined at, I'd have to say that MSC's Butcher Cut is among the best.